Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Grim Wolf Gaming. We've got another wonderful pickups video for you today. This one's a little bit bigger than the last one. These are most of my pickups for December 2024 and January 2025. At least the most important things I picked up that I would like to share with you. It's a variety of things, not just video games. And there's quite a few things to go over, so without further ado, let's get started. First, I want to show you the biggest thing. Um, Went to a gaming store and got this. It's more frames, as if I don't have enough. You can see right about here, that is a Silent Hill Pyramid Head, 10 by 10, really nice frame. Black wooden border. It's really sick. It's Pyramid Head carrying his infamous, is it a machete or a sword? I guess it's like a big ass buster sword. Cloud would be jealous of that shit, right? Anyways, here's another couple frames I got. These were from a game store. That was from eBay. The best Sonic game of all time, bar none. Sonic 2 is almost as good, but Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles is easily the best 2D Sonic game. Had to get that. I'm gonna hang these on the wall eventually, gotta make time for that. And then one of my favorite games of all time, ever since it came out in 1994, since I was a little boy, or an adolescent actually. Um, Super fucking Metroid. Top 10 game of all time for me. Has always been a top 10 game. Super Metroid. How awesome is that? This is absolutely going on the wall. One of the best games you'll ever play in your life. Helped spark the whole Metroidvania style, along with the original Metroid, of course. This one is far superior, though. If you know anything about Super Nintendo, play Super Metroid. Replay it. I haven't played it in a few years, but I need to go back and play it again for the upteenth time. We got one more big thing I'm going to show you at the end right here. But let's see. Let's go over some movies real fast. I told you guys about my Star Wars kick last month. So I did get episodes 5 and 6, The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi. And these are obviously on 4K. And then I got the Amityville Horror, also on 4K. Better movie than I remember. I thought it was okay before, but it's really good. It's got that classic 70s atmospheric terror. A good haunted house movie for sure. One of the best ones. We've got an 80s slasher that's pretty typical for the time. Couple twins. One gets mistaken for the other. The bad guy. Everyone thinks the bad guy's a good guy, and everyone else thinks the good guy's a bad guy. We got Blood Rage. This is actually really expensive and hard to find. I was lucky enough to pick this up at a like a movie shop. Blood Rage. Oh, it's an Arrow movie, by the way. Those are usually good movies. I didn't know much about that one, but I figured it'd be good on Arrow, and yeah, it's pretty good. It's worth seeing. Pretty standard slasher from the 80s. This movie's a lot better, though. Madman, really underrated on the higher end of slasher movies. Blu-ray. They also have this on 4K on Amazon. But yeah, crazy. I forget what he is. He's like a farmer or outdoorsman, lumberjack, some shit like that. and he's going around murdering a bunch of fucks with an axe or intruding on his area, property, whatever. I don't know. It's been, I saw this like in December, early January, so it's been a while since I watched it, but watched it a couple times. Really good. Great, pretty good gore. Some scary scenes, some jump scares for sure. Some hanging, death by hanging. Yeah, get Madman. This is one worth picking up. And then we've got one of the best movies, completely B-rated, Mexican, classic Mexican horror. Along with Alucarda, you have The Infernal Rapist. Look at that cover. Fucking sickening. I love it. The broad, scantily clad, the madman with the knife. It's got drugs, it's got gore, it's got titties, it's got horror, it's got a lot of violence, a lot of sick shit for you sick motherfuckers out there like me. Infernal Rapist. Absolutely, and that's the demon woman that possesses him and commands him to commit these heinous acts in exchange for everlasting female pleasure. I'm putting that euphemistically, of course. Bunch of bitches to fuck. Endless stream of whores. Every man's real wet dream. And endless supply of drugs. Mainly cocaine. That's this guy's go-to drug. He'll seduce a bitch, get her to come over. Yeah, it's pretty fucking sickening. I love it. Brutal. The ending is kind of, you kind of root for the bad guy in this. You want him to survive. You want him to kill some cops, get away with it, but it's got a good ending, which is kind of lame. But other than that, 9 out of 10, possibly 10 out of 10. Just complete B movie greatness here. Get this movie. Obviously, it's very rare. I never heard of it until recently. My buddy actually showed it to me. Get The Infernal Rapist. Highest fucking praises. Very sick movie. Any horror fan should have this shit in their collection. And then for really cheap, I got some DVD old compilations, old black and white movies from like the 30s to 50s. Haven't watched any of these. I don't have time like right now. Maybe in the future sometime, but had to pick them up. The Ape Man, the Bat, the Devil Bat, the Ghost Walks, the Bowery at Midnight, and more. This is a 10 movie pack from movies from the 40s. A lot of Bela Lugosi here. Some Boris Karloff. And some other actors. Fright Night. That's just the name of the compilation. It has nothing to do with Fright Night movies, obviously. But Mill Creek. I have a few Mill Creek compilations. Mill Creek Entertainment. Really good black and white movies for the time, of course. I mean, they're not the greatest movies ever, but what did you have in the 30s, 40s, and 50s? There's great movies back then, don't get me wrong. I love old horror. 1920s to 1990s primarily, but obviously this ain't no 70s fucking giallo. Mummy double feature from Universal Studios. Our old friends. The Mummy's Ghost with Lon Chaney and The Mummy's Curse also with Lon Chaney. Couple mummy movies if you feel like getting wrapped up at night in some sickness. Pun intended, of course. Yeah, I got these cheap. Had to get them all at the same place. Well, not all of them. Some of those. Infernal Rapist I had to get on eBay. They didn't have that shit. And now time for what you really want to see, some games. Okay, so downloaded this game on PS5 a couple years back. I didn't even know there was a physical edition until last year, so I had to pick this up. It's from Super Rare Games. It's a definitive edition. It's a PEGI European release. It is a Souls-like 2D game. You got Grime. And the cool thing about this is it's still in plastic, never opened, because I have it downloaded, you know. I want to preserve it. Some stickers that come with it. And I got a really good price on this. There's something else in there. Can't tell what it is without looking at it. Yeah, Grime's a pretty good game from what I heard. I haven't played through it, but I only touched it for a few minutes. And then you have one of my absolute favorite video games of all time. I've been playing this game since it came out in 2012. It's my favorite game in the franchise. Yes, it's better than Diablo 2. I go back and forth, but ultimately, recently, I made a decision after getting back into this. I took off for a few years, you know. I played a couple years, take off a couple years. I started playing a Crusader recently, and I'm up to like Paragon 260, 270, 280, something like that. Trying to get to the cap. The cap used to be 280 Paragon, or 280. Used to be 800 Paragon, but it might have been extended further. I'm not really sure. You have none other than, and this is sealed. I already have this game opened. I wanted a sealed copy because it's top 10 game for me. Top 10, top 15 all time easily. Yeah, it's got to be top 10. Diablo 3 Eternal Collection. Is that, yeah, Ganondorf armor set. That's funny for you Zelda fans. Okay. There are many reasons why this is superior to Diablo 2. I don't want this video to go on for over an hour or, you know, too long. I'm trying to make this somewhat brief. But I'll tell you, one of the biggest reasons why this is better than Diablo 2, couch motherfucking co-op. No other Diablo game has couch co-op. This is the only fucking one. That alone makes it superior. I mean, like I said, there's other reasons. It's more streamlined. The combat and action is better. That's another main reason. There's a bunch of reasons. I'm not going to go into all of them, but trust me when I say they're right there. But if I had to pick one, I would give the slight edge to Diablo 3. Fantastic game. I never get tired of it. Best games ever you never get tired of, and this is definitely one of them. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it. This is the greatest Western action RPG in this vein. Action, you know, isometric view and everything. It's the best one ever. Or at least the best one I've played, you know. Yes, I've played Path of Exile. Don't bring that up. I already know about Path of Exile. It's good, but I don't like the aesthetics as much. I do need to play it more, and I do need to play at Path of Exile too. I just fucking download games, dude. I can't stand download only games. Pisses me off. Make Path of Exile 2 physically, for the love of fucking Satan. Anyways, then a couple years ago on Limited Run, they had this released for whatever reason. I wasn't paying attention. Yeah, I made a mistake. I should have read the fine print more. And I love Atari, always have. I should have gotten it back then. I had to pay a little bit extra, but it's brand new. I did download these games to test them out before I bought this. They're great. There's Collection 1 and, well, this is the first collection. It's called Collection 1 and 2 because it's got two cartridges, two cases, but I consider it one collection because there's another one that came out, Collection 3 and 4, you know, whatever. The first collection, the second collection, there you go. Because they come together, so I consider it as one. So this is better than the second collection. This is the first collection, obviously on the Nintendo Switch because it's the most collectible. You have Atari Recharge Collection 1 and 2. Now, you can probably guess what games are on this. I love that. The Centipede and the spaceship and all that. Just show it off a little bit. This has Asteroids Recharged. These are remakes, obviously. It's not the original games. Asteroids, Breakout Recharged, which I love Breakout. It's one of my, and Super Breakout, one of my favorite Atari games ever. Black Widow, which is pretty cool. Probably the weakest game on here, but still pretty cool. And then one of my absolute favorite games, the reason I got this collection on the Atari, Centipede. God, I love Centipede. So fun. Doesn't get old. Absolute classic. And then we have this. I'm even keeping it in the box it came in. I want this crap in pristine condition. We have Kitty to get to it now. Say hi to Kitty. He's always here, right? He loves intruding on my videos, but hey, he's my boy. You gotta let him. I have this game on the Switch. You know, I have the 2-pack with Axiom Verge 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure I have it downloaded as well. But I had to get the Multiverse Edition, which is, this is on the Nintendo Switch. Obviously I know the Wii U version is more collectible and supposed to be better because you can use the gamepad. But you know what? I don't even touch my Wii U anymore. I mean, I will in the future, but it might, okay, maybe it's a little bit better and more intuitive and easier to use on the Wii U because you have the gamepad and TV screen. I had to get this on the Switch. Come on, man. Comes with the game, poster, Blu-ray documentary, exclusive art book, and official soundtrack. Alrighty. Oh man, I don't want these to fall over. Alright. Let's go over Darius. You have the Darius games. A couple of them on here. Or actually, no, there's quite a few on here. 2 games, but they're both compilations. But yeah, this was sold a few years ago. Is it, yeah, strictly limited games. I actually have this on PlayStation 4, but I'm a big Switch collector these days, so I had to get it on Switch as well. And I do have, you know, this box and everything, and maybe even more. I don't know if this is the Ultimate Edition, but I think the one I have on PlayStation might be bigger. I'd have to dig it up. It's somewhere. But this is so cool. I got a really good deal on this. Some people are selling this for over $200, and I paid way less than that. Too much crap. All right. We've got a really nice art book, international version of Darius Odyssey. By the way, this comes with Darius Arcade Collection and Darius Console Collection. The arcade games as well as the console games. But yeah, I gotta show you this book. It's freaking awesome. Shows you a bunch of the games it comes with. And it has Darius Alpha up there, which is very expensive game. Hundreds and hundreds of dollars. The original Darius on PC Engine, which I still need to get. I don't think I ever got that. I need to get more serious about my PC Engine collecting, right? the old arcade cabinets. They actually have an arcade cabinet in the city I'm in of one of the newer Darius games. Sagia, which was a Mega Drive Genesis port of Darius 2. What else we got? Yeah, there's the colorful pictures. Darius Twin, Darius Force. I mean, this book is so awesome. And it just came with it. It's like, it's got interviews. Oh, and obviously it's got Japanese in it. A lot of the artwork, blueprints, designs. Like, all of this is in Japanese. You can't read it, but really cool stuff. So it has Japanese on one side and English on the other. Interviews with the designers and creators. Freaking awesome. Yeah, this right here was one of the main reasons I wanted to make this video. A lot of text. And it's even got like some comics sections. Look at that. Freaking awesome, dude. I'm gonna have to read through or go through some of this someday. Most of it is text. Yeah, man. That's some good shit. Alright. Good luck putting all this back, huh? Okay. Darius Cosmic Collection Arcade and Console. Strictly limited games. It's got an outer sleeve that you pull off very delicately. And it opens like a book from the back. Opens up like that. What we got here? One of the things fell out. Oh crap. I guess it came out the side. Whatever. I'll put that back later. Yeah, some pins. Darius. Sagia. And Darius Cosmic Collection. God, things moving around everywhere. This is shit fell everywhere. These are like not coasters. I don't know what you call them, but they're like coasters, like art frames or whatever. Small little things that you use. I don't know what the hell they're called. But yeah, some of the games. Darius Twin. Got the ships. The original Darius on PC Engine. Darius Force. That might have been Super Famicom only. I'll have to look that up again. But yeah, in Darius you battle fish. There's shoot 'em ups, shmups, classic shooters, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, that's cool. Things falling everywhere. You have two soundtracks. Darius the Omnibus Generations and Darius the Omnibus 2 Union. I'll have to listen to these someday. I like the music, the game. The series has really good music. Nice. And last but certainly not least, You got the games brand new sealed. Like I said, I got these digitally and on PS4 already. I'll play those versions. These are collector's items. I ain't opening these. Darius, the Cosmic Collection console. And this has, the console version has Darius 2, Sagia, Darius Twin, Darius Force. I grew up playing Darius Twin since the 90s, so that was the first one I got into. Darius Force, Darius Alpha, which was promo only. Super rare boss rush mode shit. Pretty cool. I need to beat it. I've played some of it, but yeah, it's great. Darius Plus. 6 console games with 9 versions, so it's also got like Japanese versions. And then you have Darius Cosmic Collection Arcade. These are even better, I think. I think the arcade games are even better. Darius, Darius 2, Sagia, and Darius Gaiden, which was on Sega Saturn, which arguably the top 2 or 3 Darius game. It's really good. Aside from the newer one, which I can't remember the name of. Yeah, Darius Gaiden is up there. It's such a good game. Alrighty. Let me put this up real quick. A lot of stuff. Yeah, get the Darius games. Like, they're criminally underrated. No one talks about them. They need more support. That's partially why I made this channel. You know, games that are underlooked, underappreciated, that, especially of the retro variety, I make sure they get their shining light on them. It's a dirty job, but someone's got to do it, right? Alrighty. We've got some books here. Hold on a second. I already have another version of this book by Bram Stoker. It's a compilation. It looks really nice, but I was traveling recently and I saw this and I was like, you know what? I want a smaller, more compact version. I collect hardback horror books now, so I had to get this. None other than Dracula by Bram Stoker with the cobwebs. This book has such amazing art. Crosses. Cross with the casket and blood on the back. And you see the fangs here and here. And this is really cool, like inlay crosses, and there's inverted ones too. That's funny, with blood drops on all sides. Now, what do you think that is? It's my bookmark. Can you guess what the bookmark is of? Who do you see behind me every time? I had to get this bookmark. I've had this for a while. I didn't get this recently. It's none other than a black kitty. How freaking nice is that? Black kitty. It's a really good bookmark too. It stays in place. Not flimsy at all. Metallic, you know, hard and sturdy. Yeah, I got a few games. Haven't bought that many lately. You know, I'm saving up for more important shit. Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I also had this previously. Those are hearts. I also had this previously. But this is a really nice small book. Good for carrying and stuff. And it has its own bookmark. Well, that one had its own bookmark too. But obviously I'm using a better one. Can I find it? Like, the bookmarks are almost hidden on these damn things. There it is. You know, it's there. You know, it's attached to the binding. What else we got? I love horror. Can you tell? Edgar Allan Poe Classic Stories compilation. These books were from Barnes and Noble. Love going to that place. Sad thing is, you know, Barnes & Noble ain't going to be around for that long. No art in this book, unfortunately, but has a cool opening page. How about the back page? Same thing. Alrighty. And then you got illustrated edition of Dante's Inferno. I got this really good deal on this. And does this have illustrations? It should. Oh yes, that looks so awesome. Look at that. Wow, yeah, this has very good art. Highly detailed, expert drawn. Bunch of people buried in the earth, in the ground. Look at that. People standing on a cliff. Freaking nice. I have to read that eventually. Alrighty, and another compilation of horror. Gothic horror stories, frightful tales of the supernatural. Look at the art on that. Very nice. It's got silver lining. Bunch of skulls. Wine glasses. Does this have any art? Barely. Little skeleton guy coming back from the dead. Always good stuff, huh? And this is based purely on nostalgia. I had to get this. Grew up with it at the book fairs, reading it, having fun with it, trying to find the guy. Where the hell is he? What else could it be? Early to mid 90s, other than Where's Waldo? Look at that. Deluxe edition. Oh man, that's sweet. And it's a hardback too. They sell these in soft cover, but I don't want that. If you know anything about Waldo, you already know this stuff. So it's got like the original drawings and maps and locations, but it's added a checklist of things to find. So even more content available. How freaking awesome is that, man? The good old beach scene. Snowed in. Skiing. Out on the train tracks. Yeah, you get the point. Really cool. Not that expensive. Probably like 18, 20 bucks. Definitely worth checking out. Okay, we've got one more big game and a bunch of underground metal, black and death metal vinyl records, my other passion. We have, what do you think this is? Can you guess? Obviously, like an ultimate collector's edition. Very expensive, very big, very heavy. Alan Wake 2 from Limited Run Games. This thing is kind of heavy. Like, there's a lot of crap in here. I will have to open that sometime. But yeah, let's go over some records real quick. Get these ready. What do we have? Man, these are going everywhere. They slide. Okay. We've got Abigor Apocalypse. Really good album. We've got Absurd, Factaloncor. Some great NSBM alternative cover, I think. It's not the original cover with the guy with the hammer. Really underrated Norwegian death metal band, or dark metal. Aeternus. And this is Shadows of Old. Probably their second or third best album. Really good stuff. One of my favorite Finnish black metal albums of all time. Baptism, Morbid Wings of Sathanas. I even got this t-shirt. That's how much I love it. Really good stuff. Extremely catchy riffs. Amazing vocals. Precise drumming. It's flawless. From Australia, we have Drowning the Light, The Longing. Great early compilation album. And then, these are all from Hell's Headbanger Records, by the way, which I've been buying from them for many years. Even went to Hell's Head Bash 2 in 2015 in Ohio. That was a story in and of itself. Maybe I'll tell more of that some other time. Got to meet Werewolf from Satanic War Master there. Yeah, that was kind of cool. And got to meet Gene Palubicki from Angel Corpse and Perdition Temple and a couple other guys. But yeah, this is Forest, some amazing NSBM from Russia. One of the most epic bands you'll ever hear, especially in black metal. And they have some great ambient stuff too on these albums, you know, like during intermissions or whatever. But I already had this album, but this is a better version. And I don't have, like, the video's already 37 minutes long. I don't want it to go on forever. Maybe someday I'll go more in depth in my vinyl records, but I had to rebuy this because it is one of the best albums ever. It's the self-titled album, Forest. Came out like 1996. Yeah, one of the best black metal bands of all time. Blazebirth Hall worship. I mean, I worship, but yeah, I worship it, but it's Blazebirth Hall, of course. If you know what that is, then you know what's up. All the lyrics are in Russian, which is pretty funny. Recorded at Blazebirth Hall in 1996, Ragnarok, all that good shit. Yeah, if you go on Hell's Headbangers and buy this now. If you like black metal at all, this is a fucking must-own. And then I got some other Forest albums that are in Russian. Let's see if I can remember. Foredooming the Hope of Eternity. Like, this is like my second favorite album from them. Or actually, no, it might be the first. That's like a tie. This might be one, that might be two, you know. But look at the cover art on this album. So naturistic and fucking... It's like an enigma. The cover art from this band. Look at that. It's shiny. They're double LPs. Some of them are splatter LPs. You know, I like to get splatter LPs because they are more rare than just regular black vinyl and much harder to find. You know, this is great shit. Always go for splatter LPs. Plus, they look way cooler. Why would you want a regular one when you can get badass splatter record? But these come with booklets, and you know, they open up like a book, and double LPs. Really cool booklets with art and lyrics in Russian. Like, that's helpful. Another Forest, Like a Blaze. This one also has, it's hard to see. It's a very dark album. No pun intended. Some good shit. As a Song in the Harvest. Shininess. And also in Russian. Then you got, I'd say, the second greatest. Behind Profanatica, you got the second best U.S. black metal band of all fucking time. And you can probably guess what it is if you know anything about USBM. None other than Judas Iscariot. This is Dethroned, Conquered, and Forgotten. How badass is that? Hell's Headbangers doesn't usually stock Judas Iscariot, so I had to snatch these when I saw them, man. Like I said, I collect vinyl, heavy metal, speed metal, thrash, death, black. But these days, I mostly collect black metal and like my favorite death metal albums. But it's mostly black metal. I've got so many damn records, dude. Like, like I need more. Another Judas Iscariot of Great Eternity. Really awesome cover art. Sunset. And the final Judas Iscariot, and I believe this was the final album, To Embrace the Corpse's Bleeding. Just a regular black vinyl. And this is one of those purchases where, like, I don't know if I have it already. I don't want to dig through 10 to 15 crates. I'm just going to buy it again if I have to. I don't know if I have it, a second copy of it or not, but had to get this. Merciful Fate, absolute heavy metal classic. Don't Break the Oath. And this is actually a red vinyl. Let's see if I can take this one out. Ah, screw it. Yep. That was not a good idea. The plastic's going everywhere. Shit. Wow. That was a bad idea. Things are so damn fragile. They kept the plastic on that one. And then one of my favorite bands I've discovered the last few years, absolute killer, Finnish black metal band. It's Total, Satanic War Master, and Vlad Tepes, and other classic European black metal from the 90s and early 2000s worship, especially Vlad Tepes and Satanic War Master. It can't suck if it loves those bands, right? If it sounds like those bands. This is War Moon Lord, and dude, the cover art and the purple text is so fucking awesome. This is War Moon Lord, Burning Banners of the Funeral War. Fucking great. I highly recommend you listen or get this. One of my favorite albums of all time, really. Been jamming this the last few months non-stop. Love the purple on that. It's a great contrast to the black. Black metal albums don't usually have purple on them, so they got away with it. They did a good job of it, so I'm really happy about that. And then you have the split. So I had to wait like a month for these records to show up, all because of this one record, this War Moon Lord split with I can't remember the name of the other band. It starts with a V. And you can't read the goddamn logo. I love it. Pure Cold Impurity. This is also great. Oh, and I also got their second album, War Moon Lord's second album, Battle Spells, on CD because they didn't have it on vinyl. So I'll have to, and I love that album just as much as this one. This one might be a little bit better. Banners might be a little bit better, but Battle Spells is right up there. Sounds a lot like Moonblood. Taste-Star German Steel era Moonblood. You know, the later half of their era, later half of their career. Gotta get Battle Spells. Yeah, highly recommend War Moon Lord for sure. And then, the same place I got the movies. This is not from Hell's Headbangers Records. This is the same place I got the movies from. They also have records. This is Gorgoroth, Pentagram. Early Gorgoroth is so fucking good, man. And this is actually a picture disc. I can show you guys this one, maybe. I love picture discs. Fucking sick. Look at that. Gotta love 90s black metal. Alright. You gotta be careful putting this shit back. You don't want it sliding out and cracking on the floor. This was actually new. It looks used because it was open, but it's actually brand new, the guy told me. Sometimes it's hard to tell with records. Alright. And last but not least, this was a band I saw again last year with Kreator and Possessed. And they were better live. They headlined. They were better than Kreator and Possessed last year live. They are so fucking good live every single time I see them. Thrash metal from California. None other than fucking Testament. And this is like their most underrated album that I've heard. This is like a nice fusion of death metal as well as thrash metal. Very death metal vocals, basically. And down-tuned guitars. Like, Testament really got heavy in the fucking 90s, you know? Great shit. I still love The Legacy, the first album, the most, but this is really good. It's up there. It's like a top 3 or 4 Testament album for sure. Demonic. I always want to call it Demoniac. It's demonic. Obviously, there's a demon on front. That would help you with that. Yeah, and I like the art on this album too. It's really cool. Yeah, I thought I would mix it up, you know, so show some books and some records this time. Tried to make it as quick as I could, and it's still almost nearly an hour. You know, I could have talked about this shit for 5 hours if I really wanted to. But yeah, I appreciate you for watching. Like, subscribe the video. I do plan on making a lot more content. I took a little break. I've been very busy in December and January, but I'm getting back on track here with the channel. I'm going to make some more video game Let's Plays for sure in the future. Some shorter ones that don't take fucking forever to make. So stay tuned for that, man. You're going to love the content that I have to bring out in the near future for sure. And the rest of the year, you know. We ain't stopping anytime soon. So this is Grim Wolf signing out. Have a good one.